Hey you, welcome back to Dropping the Tea. Now today, we need to talk about Jimmy Donaldson, better known as MrBeast, because this is not just YouTube drama anymore. This is legal. We're talking lawsuits, workplace allegations, and questions about what's really happening behind one of the biggest creator empires in the world. And before we get into it, quick reality check. What we're discussing comes from active lawsuits and reporting. These are allegations, not proven facts, and MrBeast's company denies them. But when court paperwork shows up, things get serious. So let's get into it. The main lawsuit right now comes from a former employee, Lorraine Mavromatis, who filed a federal case against Beast Industries. She's alleging sexual harassment, gender discrimination, retaliation after speaking up, and wrongful termination after maternity leave. According to the claim, she says the workplace had a boys' club culture, where women were treated differently and inappropriate behavior was brushed off. Now here's where it gets uncomfortable. She says she reported issues internally, but nothing was properly handled. And after raising concerns, she claims her role changed. Opportunities were reduced. And eventually, she was fired shortly after returning from maternity leave. That alone is a serious allegation. But there's another layer that made people pause. At the time, HR was reportedly being run by MrBeast's own mother, Sue Perisher. Now think about that. When a company gets this big, HR isn't supposed to feel like a family situation. It's supposed to be structured, independent, and able to handle complaints properly. Because once you move from YouTube team to multi-million-dollar company, the rules change. Now, on the other side, Beast Industries is denying everything. Their stance is, the claims are false. Her role was eliminated during restructuring. And they say they have messages, documents, and witnesses that contradict her version. So right now, you've got two completely different stories. Her side says, I spoke up and got pushed out. Their side says, this didn't happen the way she's claiming. And this is where it shifts from drama into something bigger. Because if this case moves forward, it's not about opinions anymore. It becomes about evidence. Emails, messages, internal records. And that's where things can get very real, very fast. Now, here's the thing. This isn't happening in isolation. This lawsuit has people looking back at other issues tied to MrBeast's empire and noticing a pattern. Let's talk about Beast Games. This was a massive production tied to Amazon, huge scale, huge money, huge expectations. But behind the scenes, multiple contestants filed a lawsuit claiming unsafe filming conditions, lack of proper food and medical care, injuries during production, and issues with payment. Some even described feeling like they were treated as disposable. Again, allegations, not proven facts. But when you hear that, alongside employee complaints, people start connecting dots. Because now it's not just one unhappy employee. It's employees and contestants, both raising concerns about what happens behind the scenes. And then we have the business side. MrBeast also sued the company behind his own food brand, MrBeast Burger. His claim was that the food quality was damaging his reputation, and the company wasn't maintaining standards. The company fired back, saying he was trying to back out of the deal. So now we've got employee legal issues, production complaints, business disputes. And when you zoom out, the pattern people are seeing is this. Everything looks polished on camera. But behind the scenes, there are multiple conflicts happening at once. And this is where the bigger conversation starts. Because a lot of creator businesses start as friend groups. Small teams, casual setups, everyone just figuring it out. But MrBeast isn't that anymore. This is a full-scale company. And when companies grow fast, sometimes the structure doesn't keep up. That's when cracks start to show. Because what works for a group of friends making videos does not work for employees, legal contracts, HR systems, large-scale productions. At that level, everything needs to be handled properly. Not casually. Not, we'll deal with it later. Properly. So let's step back for a second. This isn't really about whether you like MrBeast or not. This is about something bigger. The creator industry is changing. For years, influencers were seen as individuals. Now, they're companies. And that means employment law applies. Workplace rules apply. Contracts matter. And accountability becomes real. You can't run a global empire on vibes anymore. And that's the moment MrBeast is in right now. Because his brand is built on generosity, big giveaways, feel-good content. But lawsuits don't care about brand image. They care about what actually happened. Who knew what? And how things were handled. Now again, MrBeast and his company deny these allegations. Nothing has been proven in court yet. But what we can say is this. There is now a pattern of legal disputes surrounding the business side of his empire. And that's why people are paying attention. Because the question isn't just, is he in trouble? The real question is, can a YouTube empire successfully transition into a fully functioning corporation without these kinds of issues surfacing? Because once the audience starts looking behind the curtain, they don't always stop. And the bigger you are, the harder it is to control that narrative. So, what happens next? We watch. Whether this lawsuit moves forward or gets dismissed. Whether more people come forward. And whether any of this leads to bigger changes behind the scenes. Because one thing is clear. MrBeast isn't just being watched as a creator anymore. He's being watched like a company. And those are two very different levels of pressure. The internet built the empire. Now the real world is testing it. And that is the tea. Like and subscribe, and keep sipping that tea.